Hello students, welcome back to the math class. Today we are going to start the next question number 5 onwards of topic number 3rd. Last class we have finished till question number 4 of third topic, and now today we are finishing question number 5, 6, 7 and 8. There are total 4 questions are remaining that we are going to finish. So let us see the question number 5. In the fifth question, see what we have given here. We have given that in the figure PQ is perpendicular to PS. Okay, you can look the line PQ and the line PS. Means at the point P, they are making the angle of 90 degree. Then PQ and SR are given parallel. Okay, so PQ and SR means PQ and ST is also parallel because SR is extended up till the point T. So we can assume PQ and ST are parallel. And third thing is given here, angle SQR is equal to 28 degree and angle QRT is equal to 65 degree. Then we have to find out two values here, X and Y. Okay, so let us write down the given first. In the given, see, we should mention this all things whatever given to us. So first of all, in the given, wait a minute. Yes, let us start the given first. In the given, we have PQ is perpendicular to PS. Or we'll do one thing. Instead of writing PQ is perpendicular to PS, we shall mention the name of the angle drawn at the point P. So this angle I will suppose as angle number 1. So in short, or in other way, we can say that angle 1 is equal to 90 degree. That is also the way. Second thing, PQ is parallel to SR, and in the bracket I am writing ST because actually the SR is a part of ST. So if PQ is parallel to SR, it means that it is parallel to ST also. Now we have given that the value of angle SQR. Look at the point S. From the point S, I am going to Q and then I am going to R. Means this angle I will give a name, angle number 2. So angle number 2 is given here as 28 degree. And similarly, one more value is given in the question, angle QRT means this angle. This angle is given here as angle number 3. We can say that is 65 degree. So there are three values. We have 3 to 4 values we have given here. Angle 1, 2, 3 values are given and PQ is parallel to SR or ST. Now what we have to find out here? We have to find out two values here, X and Y. So we shall write down in the to find the values of X and Y. Okay, now let us go for the solution. Now in the solution, first of all, X and Y, these two values, I will give some names of the angle. For example, this angle I will say as angle number 4 and this angle I will say as angle number 5. Okay, so now let us see how we can find out these all values. First of all, you pay attention for the lines which are given parallel to us. So I will draw that two lines once again. Okay, so I will show you separately how the relation is going to form here. So suppose this point is P, this is Q, okay, this point is S, this somewhere here point R lies, and at the end of the line here somewhere the point T is lying. And see, Q to R we have joined it. I am drawing it little further, Q to R like this. Okay, and PQ is also I am extending up till some length. So now you observe, if I talk about this angle, you observe this angle is a sum of angle 2 plus angle 4. Observe clearly that line QS I have not drawn. Okay, to make you clear, how the angles are going to form. But if you take that angle PQR, okay, take the angle PQR is a sum of angle 2 and angle 4, or you can say that it is a sum of x and 28 degree. Similarly, then you take this angle. This angle, if I talk about, then this angle is actually angle number 3. Okay, and these two angles, now you observe, they are clearly shows their alternate interior angles, and we know that if the lines are parallel, these angles are always equal. So first we shall take in the solution, since PQ is parallel to SR, or you can write down ST, this you can say with the help of given. So therefore we can say that angle 2 plus angle 4, this is angle 2 plus angle 4 is making one another angle. Okay, so angle 2 plus angle 4 is equal to angle number 3. This we can say with the help of alternate angles. Okay, now let us put up the values whichever we knows. Angle 2 value, see, angle 2 value is given in the question, that is 28 degree. Similarly, angle 4 value is equal to, okay, you can see in the figure, angle 4 we have taken here x. So angle 4 we can put up here as x here. Okay, and angle 3 is given in the question as 65 degree. Right? So now value of x is here 65 minus 28 degree. Okay, so now from 65, sorry, if I subtract 28 degree, so what will remain? 15 minus 8, this will be 7, and 6 minus 3, it will be 3. So I think the value of x is coming here 37 degrees. This is your first answer. Right? Now let us find out the value of y. Now to find out the value of y, you need to pay attention on one triangle. Look at the triangle PQS. If I ask you who are the interior angle of triangle PQS, so you will say the one angle is angle number 1, second is angle number 5, and third one is angle number 4. I am talking about triangle PQS. Okay, so 1, 5 and 4 are the interior angles, and we know that when we shall add the interior angle, the sum of all interior angle of a triangle is always 180 degree. So let us write down that things first. So we shall write down further, in triangle PQS, in triangle PQS we can say that angle 1 plus angle 5 plus angle 4 is equal to 180 degree. This we can say with the help of angle sum property. Right? Now let us see which values we know here. So definitely we know some values, and we will be getting the one unknown value after solving it. Look at the figure and the given. Angle 1 is equal to 90 degree. Angle 5 is equal to y, and angle 4 is equal to actually x, and the value of x we got here, that is 37 degree. So value of angle 4 I will keep it here 37, value of angle 1 I will keep it here 90, and value of angle 5 I will keep it here as y, and let us solve that one. So let us put up the value. Angle 1 is equal to 90 degree. Angle 5 will be equal to y, and angle 4, as I told you, it is equal to x. So I am keeping the value of x is 37. Now you see 90 plus 37 is equal to 127, and 127 is going on that side. So y will be equal to 180 minus 127 degrees, and I think 180 minus 127 is equal to 53 degree. Once we shall check, 10 minus 7 it is 3, and 8 minus 3 it is 5. 53 degree. This is your answer number 2. You can make this answer also in the box to highlight it in a proper manner. So see how easily this question can be done. This question can be solved by many ways. Okay, whichever the way I know or I feel it is simple, that way I have explained you. You can solve in the examination by any way prescribed in any other book. Okay, but remember that way should be prescribed properly in the given book. Now let us see the next one. I am taking now question number 6. Question number 6, it makes many times confused to the students. Okay, and when it comes in the examination on that time, it is look very difficult. But if you make a practice this question 2 to 3 times by your own, if you solve it by your own, then I don't think you will get any problem. Before I start this question, once again I explain you the remote interior angle theorem, or I should say here the exterior angle theorem. Suppose I have one triangle here ABC. Okay, and in this triangle, you know that if you want to apply the exterior angle theorem, then you have to produce one particular side. For example, suppose I produce this side over here BC, I produce up till point D. Then you observe here outside one angle is going to form, that is angle number 1, and inside in front of angle 1 there are two interior angles, angle 2 and angle 3. Remember, don't take the angle which is adjacent to angle 1 in triangle ABC. You need to take those interior angles which are opposite to angle number 1, or you can say that leave the adjacent angle to the angle number 1 in triangle ABC, then the two angles will remain, that will be called as two interior opposite angles. And here relation will be angle 1 is equal to angle 2 plus angle 3. Exterior angle is equal to the sum of two interior opposite angles. Okay, so this is a very simple theorem, and this theorem widely we have to use in the question. Okay, so now let us see how we can solve the question over here. First of all, let me rub this one. We'll write down the given things first, and then we shall proceed to the further part. So let us see. First I am writing the given. Here we can say that given is a question I have not explained to you. So first we can see the question. See, in the question we have given that side QR of triangle PQR. Look at the triangle PQR. Now here the things will confuse you when you are looking the two triangle at the same time. You have to look one triangle at the same one time. Okay. For example, if you are looking triangle PQR, then look triangle PQR. Don't look the triangle QTR. And in the same way, you look the triangle QTR. Don't look the PQR. So here you see side QR of a triangle PQR is produced to the point S, right? And then they are saying if the bisector of angle PQR means angle Q, we have drawn its bisector. So look at the angle Q. From the angle Q, we have drawn one line QT, and QT is bisecting the angle Q into two equal parts. Similarly, we have bisected the angle R also. So bisector of angle R and bisector of angle Q, both the bisectors are drawn in one direction, and then they are meeting at one particular point. That point is here T. Okay, then we have to show that angle QTR is, in short we can say it is angle number T, and angle T will be half of angle QPR, means angle number P. These two angles relation we have to prove. This is angle P and this one is angle number T. Okay, so angle T will be half of angle P, that we have to show here. Now let us see what are the given properly. Given we shall convert, we shall manipulate in the simpler manner. So first, see, there is no given in the question except the two bisectors are given to us. So we have given that QT and RT. I will write down here QT and RT are the bisectors are the bisectors of angle PQR, one, and second angle PRS. Okay, this much only we have given. That other things they are saying triangle PQR is there, we are producing the side QR. It is obvious, we can say with the help of figure only, it is looking clearly. Okay, now we shall write down to prove what we have to prove here. So let us write down the to prove section here. In to prove, it is very clear, angle QTR is half of angle QPR. Okay, now let us start the proof. First of all, to start the proof, I will give the name of some of the angles. Then the things will be, I suppose, will be more easier for us. However, the final answer we shall bring as per the requirement. This is my angle number 1, angle number 2. Okay, this is angle number 3, angle number 4. This will be angle number 5, and this will be angle number 6. Okay, so some names I have given here. You also solve this question by making the figure in the examination and giving the proper names. However, if you can handle without that, it is your choice. Okay, so now see, you need to look, as I told you in the beginning, you need to look one triangle at the one particular time. Okay, so please see that particular triangle only. Before that, we shall do one thing. See, we have given that QT and RT are the bisectors. So see, QT is bisecting. Observe the line QT. We can say QT is bisecting the angle Q. So how many parts of QT is making of angle Q? That is only two parts, angle 1 and angle 2. So we can say that these are the two equal parts, and hence since we have only two equal parts, so angle 1 and angle 2 both will be half of the angle Q, because these are the only two equal parts, so one will be half of the whole. So here we shall write down, since QT and RT, I will take both of them, are the bisectors, of angle PQR and angle PRS respectively, right? So we can say that therefore angle 2, I am taking the angle number 2 here. Okay, I don't require the angle 1. Actually the relation is angle 1 and angle 2 are equal and they are the half of the angle Q. Okay, but I am skipping some relation, so I am taking only angle 2 here. So angle 2 is half of angle PQR. We can say equation number 1. Similarly, second angle I am taking, remember I am taking the angle which are at the base, that way you remember. Otherwise again in the examination you may confuse which angle we have taken. So out of angle 1 and angle 2 which are at the base side, that angle I am taking. So similarly angle 4 I am taking here. So angle 4 will be equal to 1 upon 2 of angle PRS. Okay, this is my equation number 2. Now we shall apply the exterior angle theorem. So to apply the exterior angle theorem, I will make one figure here separately. As I told you, you need to take one triangle at the one time, because both the triangle if we take, we will get confused easily. So see, I am taking here first triangle PQR. This is triangle PQR and this point is point number S. Okay, now observe, this is angle PRS. Angle PRS will be equal to angle P and angle Q, because we know that an exterior angle is equal to the sum of two interior opposite angles. So observe these two angles, sum is equal to the value of angle PRS. So first of all, we shall write down that things. Okay. So write down in the triangle PQR, in triangle PQR, we shall mention who is exterior here, angle PRS. Angle PRS is an exterior angle, is an exterior angle. Therefore, we can say that angle PRS is equal to, see, angle P, already we have given some name. You can look at in the main figure. Angle P we have given a name as angle number 6. So in place of angle P, for some time I will write down angle number 6. So angle PRS will be equal to angle 6 plus angle PQR, because angle Q we are writing with a full name as angle PQR. Now see, this is an equation. First we will write down the reason over here. Reason we can say exterior angle theorem. Okay, now the reason is, we can write down the reason over here as reason we have written. Now see, we shall do one thing, we shall make some correction in the equation. What correction will make here? As you know, in the equation I can add any element, I can subtract, or I can multiply. So here I am making one correction, multiply by 1 by 2 on both sides. We shall multiply by 1 by 2 on both the sides. We can do it. If 10 is equal to 10, then half of 10 means 5 will be equal to 5. Same way we shall do it here. 1 upon 2 of angle PRS is equal to 1 upon 2 of angle 6 plus 1 upon 2 of angle PQR. Everywhere 1 upon 2 I have multiplied. Now look at the equation first and second. Half of angle PQR is equal to angle 2 as per the equation 1, and half of angle PRS is equal to angle 4 in the equation number 2. So half of angle PRS will be equal to angle 4 is equal to half of angle 6 will be as it is, plus half of angle PQR is equal to angle number 2. This is my equation number 3, and reason we shall give here by equation first and second. Okay, now again we shall take one more triangle and we shall form the same equation with the help of exterior angle theorem. So now we shall take triangle here TQR, and QR is produced up till the point S. Okay, that we are going to take. So here I am taking one side QR, and triangle I am taking here TQR. So I will draw that triangle once again to make you clear how the theorem would be applicable. See, the figure is looking in similar manner, right? This point is S, this point you can suppose T, this is your Q, and this one is R. So now look at this angle. This angle name will be angle TRS, and angle TRS will be equal to the sum of the angle T plus angle TQR. Remember, angle TRS will be equal to the sum of the angle QTR plus angle TQR. Okay, so that only we shall mention here. So here we shall write down in triangle TQR, in triangle TQR, who is my exterior angle here? Angle TRS. So I will write down angle TRS is an exterior angle. Okay, then we can say that angle TRS, I will write down the same equation right now, then later we shall convert into some other name. So angle TRS will be equal to angle QTR plus angle TQR. Okay, now look at the angle TRS in the question. Angle TRS, look at carefully. Angle TRS is actually angle number 4 and angle QTR is angle number 5. And similar way, look at the angle TQR. TQR is angle number 2. Okay, once again, angle TRS is angle number 4, QTR is angle number 5 and TQR is angle number 2. So let us replace that all. Angle TRS is angle number 4. Angle QTR is angle number 5 and angle TQR is angle number 2. Okay, this is our equation number 4. Now look at the equation 3rd and equation 4th. We know that if any two equation have the same left hand side or the same right hand side, then the another side will be also equal. Here you observe in equation 3rd and 4th, the left hand side is absolutely same. Both are angle 4. Okay, so we can compare their right hand side also. We can say that their right hand side will be also equal. So by equation 3 and 4, we can say the right hand side of equation 3rd is equal to the right hand side of equation 4th. So 1 upon 2 of angle 6 plus angle number 2 will be equal to angle 5 plus angle 2. Now you observe the absolutely same two terms are lying on the different side of equations. So this angle number 2 and this angle number 2 we can easily cancel. So at last what do we get here? We can say that we got here angle 5 is half of angle number 6. Okay, now angle 5 is actually we have taken in place of which angle? Angle number 5. Look at angle 5 is your angle QTR and angle number 6 is your angle QPR. So here in place of angle 5 I will write down, in place of angle 5 I will write down, or angle QTR is equal to half of angle number 6. I will write down angle QPR. This was only required to be proved in the question. However, the question was little lengthy for us. Okay, so once again you can listen the whole explanation if you have doubt in somewhere in the solution. Okay, so this complete the question number 6. Now let us see the question number 7. Yes, question number 7, what we have given. Let us see. In the 7th question, you see, now this question is taken from the solved example. Till here, your all NCERT questions comes to an end. Okay. Along with that, I have covered all the solved example also. So please, you have to cover sincerely the solved example also. And if I feel I need to take some additional question in the chapter apart from the NCERT question, I will take at the last. Now see the 7th question. In the 7th question, we have given that if QT is perpendicular to PR and angle TQR is equal to 40 degree. TQR, one angle is given as 40 degree. Angle SPR is given 30 degree. Then find the value of X and Y. To get the values of the required angle, first of all, some renaming of the angle I will do it here. This angle I will suppose as angle number 1. This angle I will suppose angle number 2. This is my angle number 3. This will be angle number 4. This will give later. We don't know whether we require this one or this side. Okay, so that will give accordingly afterwards. And this will be angle number 4. I think this side will be required, so we can give it here. If required, the above one will change it afterwards. Okay. Now let us write down the given things first. In the given, see what we have given here. There are many things given to us. First of all, see in triangle PQR, they are saying QT is perpendicular to PR. So perpendicular is given. Basically, we shall use as an value of angle here. So we can say that QT is perpendicular to PR, or in short we can say that angle phi is equal to 90 degree. Second, angle TQR. Look at carefully. Go from point T, come to Q and then go to R. You will observe angle 1 is given as 40 degree. And third one is angle SPR. SPR, I think that is angle number 4. So angle number 4 is equal to 30 degree. What we need to find out here? We need to find out the value of x and y. So here in the to find section, we shall write down x and y. Let us proceed to the solution. Now see, I am finding the value of x first. How I am finding it? Let us see. First of all, I am taking here a triangle TQR. Now you need to look only triangle TQR. Okay. So in triangle TQR. Now in triangle TQR, first of all you see there is one angle is angle number 1, second angle is angle number 5, and the third angle is angle number 3. And sum of these three angle is equal to 180 degree. Observe it carefully. In triangle TQR, one is angle number 1, second one is angle number 5, and third one is angle number 3. Okay. Now, angle number 1 is equal to how much it is? That is 40 degree. Angle number 5, that will be 90 degree, and plus angle number 3, that would be here x, is equal to 180. Now 90 plus 40 will become here 130, plus x is equal to 180 degree. Now 130 will go on to that side and it will subtract from 180. So value of x will be equal to here 180 minus 130 degree. So from 180, if you subtract 130, so value of x is coming here 50 degree, right? So this is your first answer. Okay, now we shall start the second value, that is y. Now look at y. How shall we find out? See, y is coming at which place? That is coming as an angle number 2. Now I will show you with the help of figure how relation can be formed very easily. Okay, because in the figure there are some other figures also available. So at the same time we cannot look that relation. So for your convenience, I will make this figure separately for you. Yes, it is right. This is also one side is required here, and somewhere we are producing this one like this. Okay, this is point number Q, this is S, this is R, and this point is point number, I think, P. Okay, now look at this angle. Can we say that this angle is equal to the sum of these two angles? Observe the angle I have marked as dot, that is exterior angle, and the angle I have marked as cross, that will be the two interior opposite angles. So angle PSQ. Now in the main figure, look which is angle PSQ, that will be angle number 2. Okay, and then look at the angle SPR. I will show you the point P. Look at the angle SPR. Yes, SPR is your angle number 4 and look at the angle SRP. So SRP is equal to angle number 3. So basically angle 2, which is an exterior angle, is equal to the sum of angle 3 and angle 4. That relation we are using now, and we are finding the value of y. Okay, so first we shall write down in the solution further. Yes, in the solution now I will write down in triangle PSR. Remember the name of triangle here. The name of triangle is different. It is not PQR. Okay, so in triangle PSR, who is our exterior angle? Angle 2. Angle 2 is an exterior angle. So we can say that therefore angle 2 will be equal to angle 4 plus angle 3. Here we can give the reason exterior angle theorem. Now angle 2, let us see, do we have values of which angles? Angle 2 is y actually. Okay, angle 3 is x and the value of x we found, and angle 4 you observe, that is 30 degree. So let us put up these all values. First of all we shall put up angle 2 is equal to y. So angle 2 I am replacing here by y. Angle 4 I think it is 30 degree, we can check once, and angle 3 is equal to x, so that will be kept as 50 degree. You can say since angle 3 is equal to x is equal to 50 degree, and we can check once angle number 4, are we right or not? Angle number 4 is equal to 30 degree, correct, and angle 3 will be equal to x. So angle 3 value I kept here as 50 degree. Now if I add both of them, so value of y will be equal to 80 degree, and this is my second and final answer of the question. Okay, so students, we have finished these 3 questions. Actually I plan to finish question number 4, which is the last question of the exercise, or you can say the type over here, but since this session is becoming long, I will be required minimum 10 to 15 minutes to finish that last question. So this last question, actually I will show you the question. This question we shall finish in the next session. Okay, because if I start now, it required minimum 10 to 15 minutes. So this question we shall do it in the next session. In the next session we will complete this question. I will take one more question similar to this. As you can see the result is given angle BOC is equal to 90 minus half of angle BAC. So same result will be there, only in place of minus sign it will come plus sign. However, there will be drastic changes in the figure and the given, but result I have shown you that result only difference is of sign, plus will come in place of minus. So that question will do it. Proof of theorems we shall start. There are 2 to 3 theorems are there, which proof we have to start over here. Remember one thing, in chapter number 6 there is no deletion from CBSE, so you have to cover the full chapter. However, if required I will take initially the whole chapter, and when we shall do the revision on that time I will take only the deleted topics. That we shall plan little later according to the availability of time. Okay, so next time we shall finish this all things. Thank you.